Hello, my name is Brent Alderson. I'm the editor-in-chief of FightFightNation.com. In 1988, Rick Bowe and Lennox Lewis met each other in the super heavyweight division in the Olympic finals in Seoul, Korea. Lennox Lewis won that fight by stoppage. But then later on, their pro careers took a different course. Lennox Lewis went over to Europe and started his pro career in England, where he was born, and Rick Bowe signed up with Eddie Futch, one of the greatest trainers in the history of the sport. Now, Eddie moved Bowe at a faster pace, and within 4 years of the Olympics, he had over 30 wins, while Lennox Lewis had less than 20. But in the summer of 1992, with the public putting on pressure on Evander Holyfield to defend his title against the top contender and Mike Tyson in jail, there was an agreement made called the Final Four. Now, the Final Four was going to have Evander Holyfield defend his title, the heavyweight title, against undefeated Rick Bowe in November in Las Vegas. And then Lennox Lewis was going to fight Razor Ruddock in England on Halloween night, October 31st, 1992. And the agreement was the winner of those two bouts were to face each other in the final matchup of the four-man tournament. Well, Lennox Lewis was a 2-1 underdog. He upset Razor Ruddock, and he knocked him out viciously in the second round. And then Rick Bowe, 2 weeks later, beat Evander Holyfield for the heavyweight title. Now, after Rick Bowe beat Holyfield, Lennox Lewis and him got in their face. If you ever watched the telecast of the Bowe-Holyfield fight, they got each other's faces and they were cussing each other out. And the fight should have been made right there. I mean, first of all, there was bad blood between the two. Both of them had been saying negative comments about one another for years. It was an Olympic rivalry. Rick Bowe got stopped by Lennox Lewis. He needed to fight Lennox Lewis to avenge that loss. I mean, that's a horrific loss to be stopped by someone in the gold medal final. And here they were, the two best heavyweights in the world, and a fight couldn't be made. It wasn't made. Rock Newman had Rick Bowe throw away the WBC title, and Bowe fought Holyfield and came out of shape the next year and got upset about Evander Holyfield and lost a majority close decision. Now, Lennox Lewis won the WBC title and was impressive in defending it a number of times, but just when the Bowe fight with Lennox Lewis was about to be made in the fall of '94, Lennox Lewis got upset by Oliver McCall by second-round knockout. And unfortunately for that fight, after two hellacious wars with Andrew Golota in 1996, Rick Bowe retired for quite a few years and really has been retired. He had a 1 or 2 comeback fights. He looked horrible in his 40s. It's over for Bowe. But really, in my years of following the game, for about almost 20 years following the game very closely, that's probably the biggest fight in history that I've witnessed that I didn't see happen. I mean, you had 2 Olympic rivals, the 2 best heavyweights in the world, 2 super modern-day heavyweights, 2 guys who were 6'4", 6'5", and 240, and it was going to be unification. They never fought. And it was a shame. I really think that had a negative impact on the sport of boxing, the fact that you had this fight that should have been made and wasn't. And I think now with the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, I think this is a fight that needs to be made. This is the biggest fight in the sport. This will bring a lot of excitement to the sport. It's going to bring a lot of press to the sport, and it's going to bring new fans into the sport. I think it's a horrible thing if the fight's not made. And Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather need to do it right now before something happens. Maybe someone could get upset. Maybe, you know, this is the right time to do it. Okay, they're both coming off of fantastic victories. They both look to be close or in their primes, and they need to make this fight happen. They need to have, you know, Jeff Mayweather told me he thinks it's a 50-50 purse split should be fair. I've had a number of insiders tell me that they think a 50-50 purse split would be fair, and I agree 100%. Okay, they need to get together. The only problem is Bob Arum and Floyd Mayweather have bad blood. You know, he got Floyd Mayweather a title shot within 2 years of turning pro before any other Olympian on the '96 team. He had him fighting on television telecast all the time, regularly. And so all of a sudden, as soon as Floyd gets big and after the judo win, which he got paid $5 million for, he pays $750,000 to Arum to get out of his contract so he could get that big money fight with De La Hoya. The problem is, Arum never really made a lot of money off Floyd Mayweather. Early on in his career, he was probably investing more, developing him into attraction. So here's Arum who's put in, you know, years and years of developing Floyd, and then as soon as he starts making money, 10 years into it, Floyd leaves him. I mean, Arum's not going to want to do it, and that's why he didn't make the Shane Mosley fight with Manny Pacquiao, because he wants to in-house promotion. And I'm afraid they said on BoxRec last week that Manny Pacquiao was scheduled to fight in Houston, Texas. I know he has visa problems right now, but I know Arum could get those visa problems squared away. I'm afraid he's going to want to have Valero fight Manny Pacquiao in Texas in March. But, you know, that's going to be a greedy proposition on Arum's part. He needs to make this fight happen. This is the fight that HBO is going to want, the public is going to want. that everyone wants to see. I mean, this is going to be, it doesn't get much better than this, guys. I mean, this is Tommy Hearns, Leonard in 81. This is Trinidad De La Hoya in 99. This is one of the great matchups in the history of the sport. And I think that, I think it's a fight that needs to be made. And if they don't make this sport, they're committing a travesty against boxing, and they're going to have a negative impact on the sport's trajectory in the years to come. Signing off for FightFanNation.com, this is Brent Alderson. Have a good night. Thank you.